Welcome back to another guitar video. This time, I'd like to share a few composers that I think will really help you become a better sight reader on the guitar. These composers really helped me a lot, and if you are struggling to keep up with the notes, I think these composers will give you what you need to take your sight reading to the next level. The first composer is Mauro Giuliani. Giuliani is a very well-known classical guitar composer, and wrote a lot of music for the instrument. He is known for his 120 daily right-hand studies, and I don't know if it's true or not, but there is a quote attributed to Giuliani that if you can play all of his 120 right-hand studies, then you can play any piece of music he ever wrote. Giuliani uses a lot of patterns in his music and recycles a lot of material among his pieces, so once you become acquainted with his style, a lot of his music becomes very accessible. Giuliani's more difficult works are actually not more difficult than his easier works, as the difficult pieces are built on similar patterns as the easier pieces. They are just longer and require a bit more stamina and speed to play. The next composer is Matteo Carcassi. Carcassi is very similar to Giuliani since he lived in the same time period, but you'll still find uniqueness in his music. A lot of guitar students are told to practice Carcassi's Opus 60 etudes, which focus on a specific area of technique. Carcassi's etudes should probably be studied more in depth instead of being used as sight reading exercises, but Carcassi also wrote a lot of easier pieces, such as his Opus 10, 11, and 26. These pieces have one pattern throughout most of the music, and these will help you learn how to sight read chords and arpeggios. Fernando Sor is another great composer whose music is pretty easy to read. If you have the technical proficiency, sight read his etudes. If you're an advanced reader, try some of his sonatas. Sor's etudes are a lot easier than most composers, at least in my opinion, and if you haven't played them before, then they will make great sight reading exercises. Another composer that you should play is Fernando Tarrega. Tarrega lived a bit later than Giuliani, Carcassi, and Sor, and his music is a lot different, so it will give you a fresh experience compared to the guitar composers of the classical era. Tarrega wrote some nice waltzes, and playing these will help you recognize chords and shift across the fretboard. The final composer that I'm going to recommend is J.S. Bach. Many people might disagree with trying to sight read Bach on the guitar, but I still think it is worth reading through his music. A lot of Bach's music is really awkward for the left hand, and Bach will force you to come up with a fingering quickly, even though it might not be the best one. His music is usually highly contrapuntal, as that is what Bach was known for, and counterpoint is often tricky to play on the guitar, so I recommend trying to sight read some Bach. His music will challenge you and force you to loosen up your left hand. So there we go. I've listed 5 composers that you can go to for sight reading practice. The music of these composers is in the public domain, with the exception of some transcriptions of Bach, so it will be easy for you to download and print an entire stack of papers to read through. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.